So I haven't been doing so well this past week. My mood has been very grey as the skies of Berlin where I live.
Look how grey that sky is. You can't even see it, it's so grey. Just like white, no sunshine.
And I want to be honest with you because that's what I want to do in these videos. I don't think I've handled my low mood that well. I know lots of my friends out there have also been feeling a little bit low this week. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a video about the ideal things I would do for the next time I wake up feeling really bad. I'm going to go through them in the order that they come to me in the sort of course of my day, but you can use most of them in any order depending on what works for you.
On those days where we wake up feeling awful,
try to accept and have compassion for how you're feeling. And this is something that I haven't really done very well over the past few days, and I've definitely noticed that it's exacerbated my low mood. So waking up feeling blue and thinking, I'm not allowed to feel like this, I should feel better, is one way to feel worse. Everyone feels down sometimes. It's totally normal too. So you can allow yourself to feel the way you feel. You can say to yourself whatever you're comfortable saying to yourself in this moment, but some people recommend, I'm so sorry to see that you're suffering like this. I'm here for you. I care about you. Drink some water. I have now started keeping a bottle of water next to my bed so that it is the first thing that I can do when I wake up. And that can make a big difference because if you're dehydrated, you'll be less able to function well and it will impact your mood. I feel like some of these things are going to sound patronising, but I just want to share all of them. So some of them will be a lot more obvious than others. Eat something at the start of the day, even if you don't have that much of an appetite. Again, we need to fuel our bodies and brains, and the fuel has an effect on how we feel. And of course, I would recommend eating something healthy. It's really understandable if you're feeling down to reach immediately for chocolate or crisps or something that gives you that sort of instant hit of gratification. Those foods actually make you feel worse afterwards because you get the sugar spike and then the sugar low. So eat something that's natural and unprocessed. The next thing I recommend is, as I've just done, have a shower, have a wash. Obviously, we like to be clean anyway, but even if you don't need to, it can make you feel a lot better. What I'm doing now, as you can see, is I'm in the middle of putting some makeup on. And as you've probably seen on previous videos, I'm not normally such a fan of makeup. I don't tend to wear it all the time, but if I'm feeling low, it sometimes can make me feel a little bit better. At least I see a face that looks quite alive and perky and that looks healthy even if I don't feel so well. So yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. And after this, what I'm going to do is meditate.
So that was pretty powerful. I just did a meditation called Loving Kindness with Self-Compassion. That meditation was available on Insight Timer, which is an app which offers free meditation. And just to give you an insight into what that particular meditation involved, the reason I found it powerful was because it focused on how we are all imperfect and how if we can accept our imperfections and also the imperfections of life, then we can live with a greater sense of contentment. Kristen Neff offers some phrases which you're asked to repeat during meditation, and they are: may I be safe, may I be peaceful, may I be kind to myself, may I accept myself as I am, and may I accept life as it is. And she starts by focusing on the individual and then widens it out to society. So may we all be safe, may we all be peaceful, may we be kind to ourselves, and may we accept ourselves as we are. And saying these phrases to yourself, whether you do the meditation or not, I recommend as something to do if you're feeling down. They may not really ring true immediately if you're not used to using them. Initially when I did, I was a little bit skeptical, had a bit of a barrier up, but I can definitely say that over time they really have a big impact. You feel yourself opening up and it's like your heart gets warmer in a way. Okay, here we go. Next step, getting out the house. Now, even if it's a grey day, like it is here in Berlin, fresh air is really good for your spirits, as is paying attention to nature. So I find in the autumn especially, I get absolutely mesmerised by the colour of the leaves. And while you're out here, take some deep breaths. Because, for instance, if we're anxious or uptight, our body often goes into fight or flight mode, and that's when our heart starts beating faster, we take more shallow breaths. And the more we do that, the more stressed we feel. So you need to intentionally slow down your breathing. Take long, deep breaths. Also, being outside. Now, if this were a few years ago, I would have probably been jogging. That was a way that I put myself up, no end. Getting the heart rate going, being outside, double yes. But for the past few years, I've had dodgy knees, so I can't do that. But I will definitely be doing some sport of some kind today. It's especially tough to do it and get yourself motivated to do it when you're feeling down, but that is when it's super important to do. I realise I should probably have exercised before going through this whole showering, putting makeup on thing, but hey, we all mess up sometimes. So yeah, I'm going to build that into my day before I head off to work. But before I do that, I've got some more tips for you. Okay, so I've been through quite a few tips with you already, but I definitely know there have been days where maybe none of those would really have helped particularly. So I want to share with you a few more things you can do. Share your feelings with someone. Actually, all of these tips you can do in any order. So some people would very much recommend waking up, and if you're feeling awful, just talk to someone straight away. Get on the phone to someone who will listen to you, whether that's a friend, a relative, or even some healthcare services if there isn't anyone close to you that you can talk to right now. Verbalising our feelings and getting them off our chest is extremely helpful in processing them. You can also journal about how you're feeling if you're not wanting to talk to someone about it. And then of course there's gratitude. Get out a pen and paper and jot down 10 things you are grateful for. And I know sometimes we can be in such a state where it feels like we don't have anything to be grateful for, but if you really think, however small, are there 10 things that you can write down that you're grateful for? When we feel grateful for something, it's almost impossible for us to feel angry or down or any of the opposites of that positive emotion. Now, after gratitude, and it is similar, we are looking at reaching out into the world, because that is a brilliant way of bringing yourself away from your immediate focus and seeing how many other people out there suffer and experience pain just like we do. Is there anyone out there who you can help today? Is there anything you can do today to give something back to someone, however small? Literally, it can be anything. But in your engagement with that person, ask how they are. Focus on them. Be present in your conversation with them. One thing that I use if I'm away from home and away from people who are my support network and I'm feeling low and maybe a bit lonely. So you can picture someone you love in your mind. Picture in your mind's eye what they look like, what they're wearing, what the expression on their face is. See them there in front of you, someone who embodies love. And just picture yourself walking towards them and giving them a big hug and feeling in your mind's eye what that hug feels like. And is there anything that they want to say to you when you are feeling down? Is there anything that this person would whisper in your ear? Now you can linger on this image for as long as you want, and you can come back to it whenever. I find that can really bolster me in times when I need it. There are several more visualizations you can use, and I will share them with you in a separate video so that this one doesn't become of epic length. When I'm saying all of these tips about boosting your mood, I totally know sometimes we just can't budget, because that, for instance, is the whole issue with depression, that it's seemingly whatever you do, you just feel awful. And that's why at the beginning of this I said acceptance of your mood is key, and don't beat yourself up if you can't change how you feel. It's more about taking care of yourself when you are feeling low than trying to make yourself feel good. This woman in the background, I don't know if some of you noticed her before, we can do it, she says. Whatever position you're in, however you're feeling, it will change and you will feel better. You can do this. We can do this. And there is hope. Thank you so much for watching Sophbox, the place to come for talk and tips on mental and emotional well-being. If you found this video helpful, which I hope you did, then please like it and please share it. And I would love to hear from you. If you're watching this and you have a particular topic that you'd like me to cover, then please get in touch with me, either via the comments below or via my website, which I will link in the description below. It's really important to me to give back via this channel and to help people. And so to do that, it would be great to hear from you what specifically you would like me to cover. So thanks again, and I will see you very soon.